Hi folks, Van Prepper here with another Safe Act and gun news update. Got a few items on the agenda for today, so I'll get through them as quickly as I can. First, a recent Siena College poll finds that 2/3 of New Yorkers support the Safe Act. It was 32% that disapproved of the Safe Act and 63% that approved of it. Now, those numbers might seem shocking. I'm not sure those numbers are actually true. I'm going to guess it's somewhere closer to 55-45, but the fact is that we live in a very liberal state, and most New Yorkers do support the SAFE Act because they're misinformed and they don't know what they're talking about, and that's okay. The good news is that if you take that 32%, that is a motivated 32%, that is 32% who will almost all get out to the polls and vote this year. But we also know that in most demographics across most elections, you get roughly 50%, if you're lucky, voter turnout. Now, if 50% of the people that approve of the SAFE Act get out and vote, and 100% of the people that disapprove of the SAFE Act get out and vote, suddenly you've got a dead heat. And every poll you're going to see from now until November is going to tell you how hopeless it is, and that Governor Cuomo has a lock on this election. That is true on any poll across the state, but that is not true if every single person who opposes Governor Cuomo and his agenda and the SAFE Act turns out to vote, because that will be enough votes to get Governor Cuomo unelected no matter what the polls say. We have to be motivated. We have to make sure we get out to the polls, and we have to spend our time between now and the election in November explaining to people who are not passionate right now, who do not disapprove of the SAFE Act, why the SAFE Act is bad and why it affects them, because most people don't understand why it affects them or how it affects them. And we, as gun rights advocates and Second Amendment advocates, can explain those things to them and make them understand that this is going to affect them. It's going to affect their wallets. It's going to affect them standing in line, waiting for to get ammunition while they do the background checks. It's just a cluster mess of biblical proportions. So let's get out and let's keep fighting the good fight and see if we can get Governor Cuomo out in November. Secondly, state police have finally released an official statement saying that they will not enforce the 7-round magazine limit that the SAFE Act calls for. Now, that's mighty nice of them, considering that a judge tossed that 7-round limit a couple of months ago, but everybody seems to just disregard the fact that a federal judge said that 7-round limit is arbitrary and it's illegal and you can't have it. But it's good to know that now the state police, as well as almost every sheriff, has said they won't even attempt to enforce the 7-round magazine limit, because if they take you to court anyway, you're going to win. So what would be the point? It's just a waste of money. Now, California State Senator Leland Yee. This guy is a champion of gun control. He is a poster child of gun control in California. He is also now indicted on gun trafficking and corruption charges. And the charges, he is charged with repeatedly offering to broker illegal firearms sales in exchange for campaign contributions. Fantastic. I'm glad that these are the people who write gun control for us. Dishonest, law-breaking scumbags. Hard to believe that when criminals are writing gun control, the gun control laws will favor criminals. Hard to believe that, I know. And finally, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, another huge decision, another huge pro-Second Amendment, pro-gun rights decision. A 3-judge panel rules that the Second Amendment provides that individuals have the right to keep and bear arms. Individuals, whether they are in a militia or the military or not. And that might not seem important to us because we already understood that, but there are still tons of people. You watch this video, some knucklehead is going to put a comment on this video and say, Second Amendment is just for the militia. No, it's not, you half-wit. There's a comma after militia, while regular militia being necessary for a free state, and then it says, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And every other place that the Supreme Court has interpreted the people in the Constitution of the Bill of Rights, they have interpreted it to mean the individual citizen. So you can't just make up your own rules and suddenly say that this one place in the entire Constitution, the people, doesn't refer to individual citizens. That is awesome news. More pro-gun rights decisions coming down on a regular basis now. And it might not seem like much, but believe me, there's 100 years of bad decisions that have come down, and we're just starting to kind of get this steamroller moving to establish that the Second Amendment provides for the individual's right to keep and bear arms, and pretty soon we're going to establish that it provides for the individual's right to keep and bear arms outside of the home for self-defense, because if you can't defend yourself outside of the home, the Second Amendment is useless anyway. I'm Van Prepper. More great news. Leland Yee, California. Keep up the corruption, buddy. You're doing a great job. Happy shooting, everybody.